As a child, I used to think that the tie was metonymy for slavery. Now, metonymy means close association, and I associated closely the tie as a noose, now complete with different colors, and in this bright white world, you had to wear one to fit in, or else you'd hang out. Now the only people I hang out with have a close appreciation for fashion, so I never call it dressing up or church wear. It's more like the non-conform uniform that confirms I'm in my normal attire. I come from a lineage of kings and queens, even though daily our history books catch on fire. I aspire to not perspire, but still give my all before the brain cells of this and the next generation catch on fire. Spiritually, I'm required to change flats like retire, and only retire when I'm training enough people to keep the human race running, keeping them closely on track. Since A-track, I've been on track, like to find the right angles, like pro-tracks have been attracted to becoming a seasoned veteran with enough seasoning to let everything tastes just right. So every season I weather the storm like an umbrella. You'd have to drop an anvil on the break. To me, writing is a contact sport, but even with broken hands, I'm ready to catch my break from pop locking the breaking cliche. On point, like over there. No over there, no over there. Constantly writing, so the reaping part of this is long overdue. This is not the assassin that many once knew, who in exhibitions could hit home runs, but in playoffs came up short like showers. Became the boss like Angela Bauer, saying like a valley girl, cause I've traded the valley, going back and forth with the shadow of death. Went left, cause I like the right, where I left off ambidex. I come at next like a Windsor knot, and I will not stop. I was going to sue suicide for putting the past me in a coffin, often from shoulder dusk. At dusk, I learned how to shoulder boulders without putting oil on my joints. I make points with crooked fingers, the same ones to the right, till my hands fall off. And when my hands fall off, I put the pen between my toes and write till my feet fall off. And when my feet fall off, just so my essence will never die.
Wow.
But when my body does, maggots will perform malice from the chains Alice tied me, and my spirit will wander through new lands, not wanting a Cheshire catastrophe. The false trophy that I yearn for will be replaced with an apostrophe, a false period in my life when I thought the drama would. Instead, it was just a play on words. I draw herds with Van Gogh's ear in back pocket with hair that grew its roots from Jamaica's tropics. As a child, I was the constant topics. I used to buck hams that entered my palace. So after I drink a spot of tea, there is no spot in me when I use Dalmatian senses. This is spoken word 101, so hence its reason. When my range is so broad, and oratory is extraordinary. I mean airy, extra hairy, because I'm a descendant of Samson. I'm a human amplifier. No need for many flyers. You'll know what I'm coming.
Yeah.
He won.
Don't do that. My brother just said you won. Don't do that. My brother already claiming he knows the winner. Damn.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. We still got. Scores. Okay. Scorekeeper?
Don't say nothing.
You ready? Cool. We got a 10. Woo! We got a 10. Woo! We got a 9.5. Whoa. We got a 9. Whoa. We got a 9.5.
Whoa.
Fire.
Your brother might have been right.
Fire.
29.
What we got?
29.
29?
29.
Woo! 29. I see you. Okay. Ew, that was a really wet clap. Can we give it up for the boys? Okay, alright. We have our next poet coming up to the stage, and I don't want to mess this up. We have Sean Alino. Respect.
I was just playing about it.
So, get this, right? You're standing in an elevator, and you mutter something about this country you don't agree with, then you mutter something about this country you also don't agree with, then the man next to you overhears this, says to you, well, you don't have to be here. Now, this obviously isn't the first time you've heard shit like this before from him, your high school classmates, from two girls who stood in front of you in some line at some place making fun of a Mexican-looking janitor, and you're an immigrant. You are mango nectar in a sidewalk cracked mouth with the soul of a typhoon, but they don't know that. They don't know that you're not yet a citizen of this country, and before you turn 21, you'll have to be. You'll have to pay $620 for a certificate that will naturalize your name into this soil, all your roots to a motherland now just phantom limb. And they don't get that. They don't get that you still feel like a guest overstaying your welcome in this country of a house, that it's hard to feel at home here when the walls are a surrounding reminder that your brown doesn't blend into them. And a part of you wishes it did, because you're tired of the question, so like, where are you from? I mean, like, where are you really from? I mean, like, where are your parents from? Always turning multiple choice answer without your consent, because patriotism, that's always coming a choice for you, because there's nothing really here for you to claim. It's all just there to borrow, because that man just reminded you that people like him are just waiting on people like you to go back to an island you're fresh off the boat from, but you don't know if you belong there either. Remember, you went back once, but only to visit. You don't live there anymore. You don't really belong there anymore either. You're afraid to pry open your mouth, to let your tongue breathe in the natural habitat of its own sound, because you reeked of apple pie. See, you look like them, but you don't look like them. You dress like money's answer your prayers. Ain't no tears in those clothes. Ain't no sweat in those clothes. Ain't no starving belly underneath those clothes. All that third in you done gentrified itself first world now, didn't it? You can't call yourself Pinoy anymore. You're Filipino-American, but neither Filipino nor American. Nah, you're that hyphen in the middle. Subtraction and connection, that journey from one to the other and back and forth. You're always losing yourself somewhere else, but you're finding it again, reinvented, rediscovered, and still recognizable. Something that man will never understand. So when the bell tolled for you to get off of your floor, you looked at him. Pride sprawled across chest like war paint, tongue aimed like spear at the ready. You said to him, well, you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Ooh.
Yo, clap it up. That's much. I need scores. You ready, scorekeeper?
Get it right, judges.
Okay. Get it right. All right, we got a 10.
Yeah. Hey.
We got a 9.5.
All right.
We got a 10. We got a 10. We got a 9.7. Oh my God, that was beautiful. Beautiful. All right, she's doing calculations.
29.5.
29.5. 29.5.
I believe you, but I'm waiting for her to.
She said it.
You see my thing?
I'm sorry, 29.5. I said it. I said it like
Okay, keeping it moving. Our next slammer is Sai. Taurus Soul Sister. Welcome to the stage. Clap it up. Team Taurus.
Go ahead, beautiful.
I acquired a disease when I was stolen from motherland by way of sea trade. Enslavement made me sick. A side effect of this is discomfort in my own skin in the midst of Caucasians. Black people too on occasion. Slave syndrome is in me. This makes me diseased. Dry heaving, vomiting from pretend to get out of school as a kid. Self-hate was another symptom of this syndrome, so I bragged, my great-greats handed this ailment my way from the switch in DNA. They were accustomed to having to survive around white people, so I was good in public too. Act up in the store and that ass mom will tell you will be new. Drink out of that white fountain, little girl, and mommy may have to make a new one of you. This mending of mentality with brutality looks similar to my ancestors' backlashes from the whip philosophy. I'm recovering from what you looking at, nigga twitches silenced in these head-nodding moments of a salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. Any prescription of community is required to dispel my spell. I am mending a sore throat infected with the germs I collected, answering the question, what's your ethnicity? Pathogens awaited anticipated, light-skinned, sick pride of being a mixed breed, but my lozenges for coughing this blasphemy are answers of, I'm African, about 150 years from the homeland. I'm mending my malady of backwards racism, good hair, bad hair, and the programming of the white man's image on the white man's TV. I have green rashes of envy. These always come with headaches from wondering why white people will never know what it feels to have the chicken pox of gun spraying come back every few weeks, cavity search cavities come back every few weeks because to them we are weak. Racism is not in my faith, but ignorance is taking victims racially. Figure out the pathology. Where are the sirens on my block when I hear shots? My remedy is pray with me. 40 acres and a mule is sure to drop my fever a degree or two. Ask my doctor, Joy Leary.
I love it when poets just